Hi, good morning. I'm Toko, a fellow Feng player, and I've been hearing that after he has been added to the latest iteration of Tekken 8 CBT, his power level has gotten down. Some people have mentioned that because of the down 2 nerf, he is not as strong as he used to be before, and certain other changes to his perhaps combos, his moves, his moveset in general, have left him kind of underpowered, or at least, slightly weaker than his Tekken 7 iteration. His Kempo is not traveling as far anymore, is another change of Namco's. Well, I'm here to demonstrate 2 different changes. One of them might be intended, the other one, I doubt it. That should really elevate Feng in your eyes from a mid-of-the-pack, top 5 character to perhaps a top 2 or even a top 1 CBT character. First of all, you have seen his combos, you know how they work. Well, against 7 or 8 characters, like bigger males of the cast, Feng gets this ender. Up forward 1, shoulder. This gives him more damage, 6, 7, 8 points damage more, and it works in the open and at the wall. So this is kind of similar to 4-4-3 shoulder of Tekken 7, but that used to deal more damage, however it only works at the wall. It beats stand down, stay down, and also beats stand up, if you do it properly. All you have to do is dash, sidestep right, shoulder. If you don't do the sidestep right, shoulder will whiff. If you dash too deep, up forward 1 will hit as a +1 frame attack. In the frame data on the left, sometimes it hits as +1, sometimes hits as +2. All you have to do is follow my lead, do it this way, dash, sidestep right, shoulder. See? That was too close. Too deep of a dash. Relax, do it properly, and you will make sure it works. And this functions off of most his launchers. You just have to do a screw attack, a forward 1, with proper timing and setup, and the shoulder will be guaranteed. That's change number 1. Now, let me show you something else. Change number 2. I don't think this is intended. I don't think this should be in the game, because this is honestly pretty crazy. Alright, so DF1, 14 frames, 0 on block, a very good move. On counter hit, it gives you this stun. Off of this stun, nothing has ever been guaranteed, except for one thing. In Tekken 7, very, very early on, we have found that this works. It doesn't matter if whatever the opponent does, they have no way to block this because this is just way too far off to the side. But in Tekken 8, a change was introduced to leave the opponent way closer on on counter hit than previously. The opponent, as you can see, stays 160, 1.6 distance away from you. Previously, the range would be like here, so getting that guaranteed attack up forward 2 was harder, not as trivial. Now, if we move towards the wall and see what happens there, at the wall, this was hard to do in Tekken 7, but was also possible. Down forward 1, and sidestep right, shoulder. And there were other guaranteed attacks, but they were way harder. They required precision, and they required a certain angle at the wall. Now, you can probably guess where I'm going with this, right? Pushback got reduced, sidesteps got buffed slightly. Well, what do you know? Down forward 1 counter hit, guaranteed shoulder in the open, and at the wall. This is pretty insane. And of course, if you have heat... Sorry. If you have heat, which I have just expanded, you can obviously do shoulder-shoulder for 61 damage. This elevates to 67 if you are in rage. It's pretty crazy. And despite the fact that I have fumbled it a few times, this is not hard to do at all. And what's more, it works against every character of the cast, except for Jack for some reason. All you have to do after down forward 1, dash, deep, sidestep right. You can also do a sidewalk, I guess, but it's tighter. Dash, deep, sidestep, and it should work. If you just do a sidestep like this, it will not work. If you don't dash deep enough, it won't work either. So maybe against Jin, it's harder to do for some reason, but Oh, that's it. Sorry, I was doing it wrong. So clearly you can see that it's not as trivial, but if you just dash and do a deep sidestep, allow Feng to travel to the right, you get this. One more time. So, I welcome you to practice this by setting counter hit to shuffle and perhaps random block, and seeing how often you can get this. Sometimes it gets blocked. That's okay. You know, risking a blocked shoulder for such a guaranteed attack is pretty good, I feel like. The trade-off is worth it. So, heavier hitting combos against 40% of the cast with a forward 1 shoulder, and guaranteed shoulder off of DF1 wherever you are against everyone. How's them apples, you know? How does that feel? I believe this change is not intended. This doesn't seem like it should be in the game at all. The other one, maybe. This one, well, you decide. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I have changed your mind as for Feng's power level in this game. Cheers.